Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy Blu-rayDave back with another 4K unboxing, and I can't believe this is the end of, honestly, in my opinion, one of the greatest franchises that's ever lived, and at least it made it a decade, but unfortunately, we're never going to see the light of day of this again unless if the little reports about Zack Snyder's universe. Oh, we'll get into that in a little bit, I guess. Oh yeah, I got the last movie from the DCEU, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I did promise myself this, guys. No matter how good or bad this film is, at least it's the last good DC film, okay? Like, of course, I will be following the Batman movie series, but besides that, I will not be following James Gunn's new DC universe. I've already talked about this before. You guys remembered it last fall, I believe. So if you want to go check that video out, go ahead. Oh man, just Jason Momoa just owns the role. Like, seriously, like, I had such a good time watching this movie. Like, just knowing that these are the last final moments of the DCEU. Jeez, I'm totally speechless, guys. Like, I wanted to see this one in the theater so bad, just like with the first Aquaman. And I gotta tell you guys, definitely get the 4K copy for sure, because this poster is 10 times better than the regular Blu-ray cover. I got this today from Amazon. Technically, I would have gotten it yesterday, but of course, Amazon being Amazon. Anyway, so of course, Warner Brothers is doing that dumb trend where they could only add just the 4K disc with the digital copy, like no Blu-ray. Like, come on, Warner Brothers, just skipping out on this. That started to become a thing like last year. At least they're adding bonus features to the 4K discs now. I mean, hey, one of these days, I know with some of these other DCEU films I have on 4K, some of these have like the one disc 4K. I know I'll buy these movies again on Blu-ray. I feel like with The Flash, I feel like I could just buy like both Blu-ray and DVD, because that one is multi-worth it, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Hey, bud, are you loafing again? Oh, his puffy, squishy face is covering a little bit of the camera. Most of it? I don't know. Come on, bud. Let's put you to the side here. I get you want to help out with my reviews, but at least cut your old man some slack. It's okay. We're pretty tight, right? Oh, man. I might, of course, probably going to ramble again, as always, guys, but of course, this one is for a good reason, because, again, this is the last of the DCEU, which, again, I want to talk more about at the end of this video. Man, there were some scenes that took too long and I didn't like, which involved, I'm happy that Black Manta was back and he was like the main villain this time. Scenes with him and the Doctor, like, those scenes took too long. I'm like, you know what? I need more Arthur Curry and this blue suit. I remember seeing like the behind the scenes images back. When did those images come out, guys? Like maybe like late 2020? Why does it take so long for these movies to get out, huh? Like, if everything is done, just release them. 2023 was the biggest year for DC because we had 4 DC movies, including this one. I'm pretty upset that they did not bring back Willem Dafoe for this. Apparently he had an off-screen death. We never got to see, like, if they couldn't even show, like, a flashback or something. Or maybe it was due to scheduling conflicts, like, maybe No Way Home. Understandable, like, I can understand that, but, like, geez. Seriously, yeah, I'm just in love with this cover. Like, look how clean it is. It's also embossed, too. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's embossed. Man, this is... Jeez, guys. And I know a lot of us with these films coming out last year, we all felt like, what's even the point of watching these anymore? Like, because Flash technically could have been the last film, but like Black Beetle and this movie were like the last two. And believe me, guys, I was on the same boat with you guys. Like, what's even the point? But at the same time, like, I want to enjoy these last few moments with these movies, right? Like, just something about, like, the DCEU had a lot of fun, crazy, and crappy movies, you know? 2016 Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, right? Those are the two bad, ugly ones. The only redeemable ones from the Suicide Squad franchise is 2021's The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker Season 1. I am concerned for Season 2 because if that is part of the DCEU, I mean, I'd be glad to watch it, but I'm in no rush for it to get out, right? Seriously, that was like the only DCEU show we got. Technically, we were supposed to get a Lantern Corps TV series back in 2020, right? But that never happened. All right, I'm rambling way too long. Like, you guys want to see the unboxing here. But yeah, I'll talk more about the DCEU here. So here is our 4K disc. That is a pretty cool yellow. I already did use the code, but, you know, you guys can try. Right? If you have not seen my unboxing of the original Aquaman, please go ahead, man. That review is like 5 years old now, right? I got it on the day it came out. I remembered. And in general, if you haven't checked out my previous DCEU unboxings, please go check those out. So yeah, of course I want to talk more about the DCEU and why I think there's a little bit of hope for it to come back in a way. So with all these accusations, reports, whatever, in these last few months, really, and I want to talk about the new report. And of course, I brought this up a couple times in DC-related videos. The biggest rumor still right now is if Netflix were to purchase just Zack Snyder's universe, that would be great because, you know, as I'm still trying to get into the movie business, if you will, I noticed like Warner Brothers, one of the biggest companies right now, like they I guess, yeah, they sell their biggest properties to other platforms, but still under Warner Brothers, right? And like, you know, Warner Brothers still gets the profits, right? So like, I mean, who knows if Netflix by now will buy, like, honestly, my excuse, like, to get Netflix is to just watch, like, Zack Snyder's Justice League films, and that's it. Like, after I watch it once, I'm going to cancel that subscription, right? Again, hypothetically speaking, if that day were to come. I want to talk about the new report now. Zack Snyder was asked if, you know, he's still willing to go back to do it. Like, if he wanted to do it in an animation form, he'd be up for it. And honestly, that would be so cool, you know? Like, yes, I understand, like, the actors and actresses are getting older, you know, like, especially, like, Ben Affleck, like, if he's not, if he can't physically move that fast anymore, I mean, I understand. But I'm on board with some people who would want this in animation. It can't be like, honestly, it can't be in the traditional 2D form. It needs to be like Spider-Verse, right? Like Spider-Verse, like the Clone Wars, like, man, can you imagine, like, oh, man. Well, I'm pretty sure there has been movies in the past about this, but I still want to talk about it. Like I'm sure there has been R-rated animated films, like maybe 3D. Like, man, imagine Justice Leagues like 2 and 3, like that. Like, man. Honestly, guys, yeah, we never would have gotten the Snyder Cut if, like, none of us, like, begged and pleaded Warner Brothers to like, restore it at all, you know. But literally, though, literally the best movies that came out of the DCEU was the Zack Snyder trilogy. Yep, I loved every single one of them, no doubt. I remembered with Man of Steel and BVS back in the day, I just had my concerns, like the early days of the DCEU, right? I'm sure everybody remembers those great days. I mean, I think that was when, like, in my early or mid teenage years, if you will, that was when I was starting to find DC mid. I remember I was just like, man, DC sucks. Like no matter what it was, right? But of course, I had a love for the Dark Knight trilogy and the Green Lantern movie and CW's The Flash. But like, oh man, of course, when I gave both Man of Steel and BVS a chance, like there's like potential, right? And honestly, I think everyone else could agree that maybe the DCEU itself could just be the Zack Snyder trilogy. I mean, sure, everything else is canon, but like, I think it would just be the Snyder trilogy for all of us who are truly passionate about this. And guys, I am aware of Zach saying these things about DC fans, and I think it's the funniest thing in the world because, honestly, I don't think I had any expectations with the DCEU films, especially the ones that he was making. Like, concerning the fact that he calls, I guess, like, OG DC fans, like, brainwashed. Like, I mean, that's taking it too far. Like, Snyder, love you, buddy, but you can't be saying stuff like that. Like, DC, for anybody, it could, honestly, it could be anything for a DC fan, honestly. Like, come on, guys. You gotta admit that Zack Snyder is a better director than Michael Bay, right? I mean, seriously, I hope you guys don't think that I ignore other sayings that Zack Snyder has said or whatever. Like, yeah, I acknowledge it. I just don't want to. I don't want to talk about him as much. Like at least for us who don't talk about as much, but we know. We don't need to bring it up, right? Yeah. Seriously, if Justice Leagues 2 and 3 will be like the last two films we'll get in the DCEU, like whoever is going to produce it / make it, it better be worthwhile, okay? And honestly, I know that the DCEU wasn't trying to be like the MCU. Like, I don't mind the dark themes, but it did prove it could have both themes, dark and light. But I like the darker side of it, and I love how these movies got straight to the point. Because, okay, with every franchise, again, let's take the MCU and the DCEU, right, guys? With the MCU, we can accept what they got right. Like the timeline is so confusing, and like DC and Warner Brothers, they looked at when we make our films, right? It's gonna be moving forward. Not these aren't gonna be prequels, right? Technically, the two Wonder Woman movies are prequels. Well, the first one, again, Diana is shown in present day, and they talk about the backstory, and then they bring her back to present day at the end of the movie. And I've seen 84 once, and from what I could remember is, I think this one might be an exception. I think this one is like a prequel, right? Like, I might need to watch it again just for like better context, I mean, hey, that is a better film than Birds of Prey, guys. Like, if you want to watch a better female DC superhero movie, yes, watch 1984. I know it's bad, but, well, depends on how you look at it. But it's not as bad as Birds of Prey, right? Birds of Prey is just god awful, guys. We can all agree on that. Man, but that's why what I love about this universe specifically, I want to hear other people's opinions. Oh, buddy, do you have an opinion on the universe? I want to hear your guys' opinions too about this universe, how you feel about it. Like, which movies are the best for you guys? Which ones do you hate the most? And like, what other directions could have the universe have gone? Like, oh my boy, yeah, you're more of a Batman guy than I would take you for. Seriously, guys, I remember telling you guys this before in a video. I don't remember which one, but one time in the dark, I was sleeping in my bed, and on my left corner, he was just standing still, like a silhouette, like no movement. He looked like a shadow. He looked like Batman. Like, oh, hey, bud. Hey, you need those belly rubs. One leg equals one belly rub, right, guys? let's help him get those belly rubs, yeah. Oh yeah. Honestly, though, guys, I really do feel like the DCEU still can exist. Like, you know what, James Gunn, you could still do. Well, obviously, you're doing your DC universe, but I really do think all three universes can exist. Oh my goodness, buddy. Camera hog. Again, you could have the DCEU, James Gunn's universe, and the Batman universe. Like, seriously, like, no franchise can touch each other, right? Even James Gunn made that clear when the Batman universe is Elseworlds, which is fine because I do agree with some people a little bit. Like, what if I think James Gunn should have the Batman as like a starting off point for his new DC universe. Like, I watched that film twice and just remember, like, I love that film. Like, how isolated it is, like how standalone it is, obviously, because they're keeping the realism with that. Like, but guys, do not count on me to keep up with all of the new DC news, right? Like, maybe just like the Batman here and there. I don't keep up with everything, but like, just not James Gunn's universe, okay? No disrespect to him. I'm not hating on him. It's just the way that he's taking this franchise to a whole other direction. Like, I can't be a part of it. I know my brother's excited. But in the end, I think we all know which film next year is going to dominate Superman Legacy. Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four. Yep. Because from what I'm hearing from Superman Legacy, they're going to cram a lot of things. Like, no. If you're trying to start fresh, James, you can't cram everything into one movie, okay? Take Scott Cawthon's advice. Do not cram everything into one project, okay? That's how bad movies get created when you cram a lot of crap into your stuff. And of course, I know there's going to be comic books and video games will be canon to James Gunn's new universe. But again, I'm just not going to be a part of it. And I don't want to see any of you guys in the comments be like, oh, Blu-ray, you'll come to your senses one day. You'll regret everything you said. Like, no. I'm not going to even see, like, one film out of that universe. Like, no. Unless if you bring Henry Cavill back, do not waste my time and my money. That's all it is. Wow. Hey, bud, you think we should wrap this up? I think this is a good ending point. I don't even know what to title this video. I might have a couple of ideas, but like, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, for, watching my unboxing of the, officially the last DCEU film of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Like, man, what a trip. I'm glad I got into this when I did. This franchise, to me, the number one spot will always be Snyder's movies, just because how really great those films are, honestly. Okay, I want to see if I could bring everybody together in here. Of course, I'll make a separate video on this. You guys know this. Yeah, that's going to be another thing. This will be the last time I'll do, a DCEU tribute video, and that'll be it. I have so much fun making these, and the music for this one is going to be different. Man, with that new box set that DC and Warner Brothers is playing out, I'm honestly hoping that they'll wait out a little longer, just put everything in. Do not include Justice League, alright? Just put in the Snyder Cut, okay? Not Justice League, okay? We don't touch that movie with the 10-foot pole. Rest in peace, DCEU. It was really nice knowing you. We're all going to miss you. Like I said, you've had a lot of fun, crazy, stupid projects. But in the end, DCEU, you're worth it. And I hope, honestly, honest to God, guys, honest to God, I hope this franchise put a smile on you guys. Alright. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, bye. May the Lord be with you guys always, guys. Peace out, guys. And seriously, I really want to hear your guys' opinions about the DCEU, okay? How you feel about this franchise, okay? Alright, you guys have a good night now. Bye, guys.